Good evening, everyone. This is Sunil Kumar Mahanan, and today I'm going to discuss one of the interesting topic from UGC NET exam. If you are preparing for UGC NET exam, then this video is for you. I'm going to discuss the paper one NTA UGC NET exam, that is teaching and research aptitude. Dear friend, in teaching and research aptitude, I have taken the very small two topic. One is the proponent of education and is form of education. What are there in these two topic we shall discuss very vividly. So let me share the screen so that it will be very helpful for you to understand the concept. Okay, let me just share the screen and you can see the screen. Okay, see, first of all, the important concept in education and its proponent. Dear friend, so important proponent, you can see that. Just uh, look at this screen. Okay, the important concept in education and its proponent means what do you mean by proponent? A person who argues in favor of or in support of a particular idea, cause or policy, or an advocate or champion. Example C is a strong proponent of renewable energy. Like this, I have written just what do you mean by proponent. So some important concept of in education and its proponent. The first concept and their the main proponents are in the right side. The concept, the basic education, Wardha education system. The main proponent is Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, then learning to take place in nature and from nature. That Rabindranath Tagore is the proponent. Okay, you have to memorize that learning to take place in nature and from nature. Who is the proponent of this concept? Then you have to write Rabindranath Tagore. Integral education, the main proponent is Sri Aurobindo. Okay, focus on the spiritual aspect of Indian philosophy. The proponent is Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Educations to transform human mind. Okay, J. Krishnamurti. The proponent is J. Krishnamurti. Education to transform human mind is J. Krishnamurti. And experiential learning proponent is John Dewey. Okay, self-education through development of individuality is a Maria Montessori. Okay, kindergarten focus on self activities, creativeness, and social cooperation. Okay, proponent is Froebel. Proponent is Froebel. And no formal learning natures, and it is only teacher. That means okay, proponent is Rousseau. So I have just written okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nine concept of education and nine proponent of that education, right? Proponent means what? A person who argue in favor or support to a particular idea. So who has given the idea of basic education or the education system? Mahatma Gandhi. Learning take place in nature and from nature. Who is the proponent? Rabindranath Tagore. Integral education, each proponent is Aurobindo. Focus of the spiritual aspect of Indian philosophy is Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Education to transform human mind, J. Krishnamurti. Experiential learning, John Dewey. Self-education through development of individuality, Maria Montessori. Kindergarten focus on self-activity, creativeness, and social cooperation, Provel. And no formal learning, nature is the only teacher, that is Rousseau. So let me discuss another concept, the form. Okay, forms of education. Form means that there are no clear-cut form in education, and we can discuss about the three types that are formal. Okay, formal form of education, informal form of education, and non-formal form of education. Okay, so what do you mean by formal form of education? Formal form of education means what? You can see from this, okay, from this slide, and you can understand very clearly. You can see that, and it is the pre-planned, direct, and organized and given in a specific educational institution such as schools and colleges. And it is limited to a specific period, and it has well-defined curriculum. And it is given by qualified and trained teachers. Formal education observes strict discipline and it occurs at different levels such as primary, middle, secondary, higher secondary, graduate and postgraduate, doctorate and postdoctoral, doctorate. And it can be in humanities, science, technical, and professional area. So, dear friend, you might have understood that formal education it is a planned education, direct education, organized, and it is a specific educational institution such as school, colleges, right? And it is a limited to a specific period. You have to study a specific period of time, and it has well-defined curriculum and you cannot study the outside of the curriculum in formal education and okay, and in this curriculum the qualified teacher and trained teacher are being taught to you, and formal education observe the strict discipline. We have to observe the strict discipline in that formal education, and it occurs in different level. It may be the primary level, it may be the middle level, it may be the secondary level, it may be the higher secondary level, it may be the graduate level, it may be the postgraduate level, or it may be the doctorate level, or it may be the postdoctoral level. And the humanities, science, technical, and professional course are being taught in that formal education. Then what do you mean by informal education? Informal education is a quote by George Santayana. Santayana, a child educated only at school in an uneducated child. Uneducated child can be the educated in school, but empty. Okay, employ reflect upon the upon importance of a informal education. Informal education is not a pre-planned or deliberate, and it is indirect and spontaneous, and it takes place from day to day activities, experiences, and living in the family or community. There are no formal goals. Okay. Pestalogy believes the parent are the first informal teacher of every man and woman, and family environment is the first learning environment. So, do you know that in formal education, you might have school, primary school, secondary school, or your secondary school, college level, university level, right? But in informal education, it is not formal educational institution. Okay, a child can learn through several activities, day-to-day activities, from his experience or her experience, living with the family, community, and no formal goals, no formal goal. Only just learning is going on. But so Pestalozzi said, believe that parents are the first informal teachers, and you can say that in formal education system there is a well qualified and well trained teacher were there, but in informal education there is no trained or just no trained or no highly qualified teacher. Only parents are the informal teacher of a every man and woman, and family environment is the first learning environment. A child and a man, a woman can learn so many things from the family background, right? Okay, then your last one is non-formal education. What do you mean by non-formal education? Education is a lifelong process. What is that? Education is a lifelong process and integrated with the life and work, and it falls within the formal and informal type of education, right? You can learn in the formal, okay, formal education and in informal education. That means you can learn in any institution, and you maybe learn at your home and in your day-to-day activities. So non-formal, both combination of formal and informal education, and it is a flexible system. There is no strict system. It is most flexible system, and it is intentional, incidental, and given outside of the formal system formal system of system. It is a consciously and deliberately planned and organized and systematically implemented, and it is an open system of education without rigid rule, regulation, and fixed edges. So you can see that there is no rigid rule, no regulation, no fixed edge. You can learn at any age. You may be a small kid and you may be the old person, any stage and any time schedule. There is no fixed timetable. You can learn at night and you can learn at day. does not matter. No specific time will be there. And the social and adult education, distance education are the example of non-formal education. All these three type of education, such as formal, informal, and non-formal, have their due place in the modern system of education, and each has its own merit and demerit. Yet, definitely, in the formal education, there is a merit and demerit. In informal education, there is merit and demerit. Non-formal education, there is merit and demerit. So it has its own merit and demerits. Okay, there is need to integrated the three form and make the education holistic and comprehensive. So dear friend, so if you want to make your career, make your life, make your integrated and education, holistic education, then three type of education is most important: formal education, informal education, and non-formal education, right? So let's summarize it. So thus we can see that above three components are mixed up in actual life situation. If you want to lead your actual life, your real life situation, that you have to study in formal education, informal education, and non-formal education. Dear friend, active agencies like, just wait, sorry. Active agency like family, school, colleges, and work through the human integration. Cinema, radios, newspaper, magazine are counted as a passive agency where education is most seen as one way action. But some feedback mechanism and panel discussions may be exist. So dear friend, I hope that you might have understood so many things out of this video: what is formal education, what is informal education, and what is non-formal education. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you like this video, please comment, like, share, comment, and do not forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you, all the best, and happy learning, dear.